So just before the video does start, I'm just going to drop a quick little advertisement for my subscriber trading guides over on Twitch. What I do offer for free with Amazon Prime or £4.99 are daily trading guides. These guides will include methods such as the silver method, the league SBC method, the special card method, where I'll basically drop you price sheets to what to go and buy the players for and to go and sell the players for. And they're dropped every day, and then on top of that you have the ability to DM me on Twitter or Twitch with any questions you have. So that's £4.99 or free with Amazon Prime for daily trading guides. Yo, so guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And I haven't really made YouTube videos or even streamed for the last few days, and that is because recently I had my 21st birthday on the 5th, so just been chilling, spending time with people who've come up and so on, and yeah, just having a good bit of fun. But we're back now, obviously back with daily uploads, back with daily streams, back with the Road to Glory starting tomorrow, which, or brand new Road to Glories, which should be decent. But today what we're going to be doing is basically answering a lot of your questions about market crashes. Now, one thing I've kind of realised, which is quite a good thing to do, is when I'm streaming, I get quite a lot of the same questions. I mean, stream for quite long hours. And a lot of people at the moment are all asking, will this player go back up again? Will Mbappe go back up again? Dan, I've lost 50k. Basically, everyone right now is worrying because what's happened is players have dropped because it's the weekend after Black Friday. They've dropped because of Team of the Group stage. And everyone right now is wondering, is my player going to go back up, or when is the best time to buy players? So what I've done is I've done a little bit of research into last year's data, and we're going to go through what cards I think are going to go down and what cards are going to go up. So, I guess where other to start than Mr. CR7. Now, obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo was the most demanded gold card last year. So, in my opinion, the trends Cristiano Ronaldo will follow through to the likes of Mbappe, to Neymar, to Messi, to Ronaldo, and so on and so on. So, have a little look how he does then. So we've just come off the back of Black Friday, and again, by the way, a lot of people who will go, this is last year's data. I'll be completely honest with you, so many trends are followed. All the trends at the beginning followed last year. The trends leading up to Black Friday followed. The trends of when the players were cheapest followed. The trends of how players rebound the weekend after. The trends of what's currently happening, all followed from last year. So for you throw the argument of, but this is data is different, I'd back last year's data being the best to go off of because of the amount of the amount of content we got, the amount of SBCs, and so on and so on. So CR7, of course, we've just had that rise after Black Friday. That's when the players have peaked, and this is the equivalent of the Team of the Group stage happening, and you guys being like, why is my Ronaldo going from 2.5 all the way down to? I mean, that's not that much. That's only down like 70k, but 70k nonetheless. And what basically happens is they keep dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping all the way through basically just until the end of FIFA, in all fairness. So that's your Mbappe, your Neymar and so on. We'll throw another one right here just to give us a little bit of backup. Someone like a Kante could be representing the likes maybe of Varane, a Pogba, a Kante this year, maybe a KDB. And again, we're going to see the exact same trend happen. We're going to see, they peak, and that's actually the weekend of Black Friday. And what happened? He just dropped and dropped and dropped. Now what you'll see is they do drop and rise, but then they drop further. So it's like, what happened is they'll rise. I don't know if we can zoom in a little bit more, but they'll rise right here. They'll rise right here, and this is your Sunday to Friday. This is when people are buying their weekly teams. But then you have the next 3 days, which is all down here to Tuesday, is when they're selling their teams, and then they'll buy the teams, and then they'll sell their teams, and then they'll buy the teams. But what's happening is every single time we get rewards, there's more Kante's been put on the market. So let's say 5,000 people want Kante, and then they go and supply 6,000, and then they go and supply 7,000. What's going to happen is, there's going to be more Kante supplied than demand, so he's just going to keep dropping and dropping and dropping. But when they do demand him in a short period, which is, for weekend league, that's when he'll go up as such. So, I'd say what you see is you'll see them drop on Sunday, Mondays, maybe even Tuesdays, and then rise till Saturday, but it is going to be regressive where they drop over and over and over again. There's CR7. Okay, now a lot of people will ask me, Dan, what should I do with Scream Bernard? What should I do with, X, Y, and Z? Basically, these are special cards that weren't really released during Black Friday. I say they could be anywhere from an Inform Havertz, anywhere to a Inform Coutinho, and, well, given that there are no insane link investments, because this is an anomaly. Let's say, for example, I don't know who's good from this team. I don't know. Let's say there was a weird promo and Forsberg got a left wing card with 95 pace or whatever. Unlikely, but because there'll be a lack of link investments, someone like Werner would do well. Or let's say there was an amazing Ajax centre mid. Well, then you'd expect Informed Tagliafico to do really well. So unless there's the anomalies in this are going to be link investments. Yeah, link investments to either SBC players that are very popular, or going to be to either SBC players who are super popular, or going to be to obviously Team of the Week players who will be red player picks and such. So that'll be the anomaly with this. But again, I picked Werner and Inform Koulibaly. Inform Koulibaly is a little bit different to show you what happens with these cards. So again, these are special cards that haven't been re-released. So Screams and Inform cards really, unless I'm missing any other promos, and Team of the Group stages. So what happened with Werner? Here we go. They peaked at Black Friday, the weekend of Black Friday, and then they went down and down and down, all the way down until a few days before Christmas. Again, I'm not quite sure if this was due to a link investment or what, but yeah, you can see, I mean, because you actually do see this trend a fair bit with the players. And then he rose for Christmas, which is really interesting. I wonder if that does have anything to do with the hype around him potentially getting a January upgrade, because let me have a little look. When did he get his next team week? He got a team week during team week 8. He got a team of the week during team of the week 12. So what would have happened is he would have had 3 team of the weeks. People would have looked at his card and gone, well, he's had 3 team of the weeks. He's probably got a decent chance of getting an upgrade. So they probably started buying him around the latter end of December. But as I say, but to take from that, just down and down and down and down, unless they have a link investment. Another thing as well, Futmas can work in 2 ways. One, for those link investments, again, let's say we had an insane Forsberg or whatever, Werner would go up because he'd be a link investment. But then you could also have EA's been like, oh yeah, we'll give you a striker Gnabry card, Futmas card for, we'll only want 30k for it. You'd see Werner go down because what people would use is they use that Gnabry striker card instead of Werner. So it does work in 2 ways. Futmas can work in your favour if there's a heavily completed SBC which has a lack of good links, but they can work out in your favour if there's a heavily completed SBC and they can replace already existing players. Now, a lot of people have the common misconception that investing in these re-released team week players is an amazing play. Well, you can see the sort of drop that's just happened right now. We've happened around about the 6th, and this is the equivalent of all you guys saying you've lost loads of coins of players. He went from 121k all the way down here to 95k, which is quite steep, you know, 26k loss. You know, it's about a fifth of the player's price. And now you do see that is, you know, it does go up and up and up. And I actually do want to check another example because I don't think this is actually the common trend. But you do see it goes up, you know, slowly. Is it enough to want to invest? No. You know, it's not going to be an investment. Are you safe having him? Again, unless there's a comparable player or a link investment, you'll be okay as such. But maybe go and have a little look at see an Inform that got re-released. I'm very sure it has got re-released, just because we'll look at some of the top tier players. So this could be, I don't know, this year's maybe Golan, or this year's some other top tier player. So again, we saw them drop right here in November, and yeah, I guess they're steady. So what you could say, with the re-release team of the weeks, given that there isn't a better team week, or maybe a Futmas card, or some sort of promo that's a release that's better than them, they'll probably hold their price, if not rise slowly, but you're holding at the risk of them potentially getting a new team of the week, which would absolutely crash their price. So that is previous special cards. Let's head over to the next set, which is something very, very interesting. These are one of the cards I back as an investment, and, well, cards that really are going to be one of the only ones that rise. So the last Team of the Group stage games are played on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or is it maybe just Tuesday, Wednesday, sorry. Which as a result means we've got the upgrades looming as such. And I went and checked a few of them because I checked Kimpembe first and was like, Jesus Christ. And these cards bang, which means you can basically go invest in Team of the Group stages who are likely to qualify. So we'll have a little look how this went. Again, down with Black Friday, and then up, up, up. And that would have been the last Team of the Group stage card, I believe. I'm not quite sure when they got upgraded. That would probably be an interesting thing to look at. And probably actually really help this. But this would have been the rise after this would have been the weekend after Black Friday, which is why there was a risen. If I'm not wrong, this is probably when they would have got their first upgrades. Again, really, what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of research after the video. And if I'm wrong in this, I'll do a little input. But if I'm not wrong, this would have been the first upgrade. So this would be the position we're in right now. And this is the position they could potentially be when they get that first upgrade. So, because we're obviously, the Monday, Tuesday after the, oh no, sorry. No, it'd be the equivalent of being here. And this being the next upgrade. So as you can see, there is definitely a bit of room. Now, I did go and check other players than Kimpembe, just make sure I wasn't wrong with it, but there's the whole team. And I went and checked out the likes of Tellers, just a little bit of a cheaper player, just see how he did. And again, it's the exact same thing, rising loads after Black Friday. We had a little dip right here, and this is the Team of the Group stage dip, if I'm not wrong, where, again, all you guys saying you're losing loads of coins. But he went then from 143 all the way up here to 165, so obviously that's up just over 20k. So yeah, they're one of the only cards that rise in the hype. Now, another really interesting thing I checked out was, what about players that we know are going to get dropped down to the what's going to be the Europa League? And I'm going to check out Perisic, arguably the best player from last year that did go and get a Champions League Europa League card. And we'll have a little look how he did. Again, we're in this position right here. He went down again because due to the team in the group stage kind of panic. And went down into 2-6-1. But then he went up to 20k, even though he's going down for the Europa League. And it's because, I guess, obviously people thought Inter were going to absolutely dominate the Europa League. So if there are some strong Champions League players, don't be afraid to go and invest in them, because as soon as they get that change to a Europa League card, there's a bit of hype around them, because everyone's obviously, they then understand that they could go and dominate the Europa League. So that is another set of players. Now, last set of players going to head underway is the icons. Now, to be completely honest with you, the icon market is not a market I look at too much. But before I talk about the icon market, a lot of you guys are going to want to know how is this POTM Messi. If you guys are unaware, EA are dropping a Player of the Month Messi on the 12th. It's going to be an 96 POTM Messi. Let's see if I can go and find it for you right now. But yeah, it's going to be an 86 POTM Messi. And what's going to happen for it? Now, people are investing in SBC fodder as such. The likes of Oblak, who I think is going to be the most prominent investment, or one of the best investments. But I would not personally invest in them now. Because I would back, I believe, the 12th is a Thursday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's a Thursday. So we have got Monday's content, Tuesday's content, Wednesday's content. In those days, we've got ourselves a Champions League marquee matchup. We've got ourselves a generic Champions League SBCs. We potentially got ourselves a League SBC. So there's loads and loads of pack SBCs we could be getting. And as a result of them dropping pack SBCs, here's the tweet right there for you. You could see this SBC fodder drop, like a Premier League SBC, the amount of big packs that are in that are going to drop them. And what I would say is, if you do want to invest in this Messi POTM, wait till there's big pack SBCs, wait till these high ratings drop, then invest, then sell, obviously, before this. Now, if you're my honest opinion, you could probably look at selling the day before or the morning of. Don't leave it too late, because otherwise you're going to have everyone panic selling, because more likely than not, SBC fodder is going to drop when it comes out, unless EA decide 86 POTM Messi, 900k. Unless this card is I guess Subway's normal gold card. If this card is anything under 1.3 million, maybe that pushes SBC fodder. But again, I really don't see it happening. It really depends on requirements as well. They can require a Messi. Here's a really weird thing I was looking at the other day on stream. EA really can't require anything that's 89 and above this year. And I'll show you right now, right? The pool of players that 89 or above are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then obviously everyone's very expensive. 9, 10, 11. There are 11 players. Obviously you need 11 players for the squad, or you could go and use some of these 88s. But there are 11 players who are going to get the rating or above, which really means if you go for an 89 rated squad, it's kind of scuffed. 88 is, I'd say, as high as they can really go. If they do need 89 and above, 89 and above will rise. If they need 88, there's a lot of 88s in all fairness to fill that room up. If they need Messi, and not much other than Messi, you can expect Messi to rise. Because I don't think Messi's been over-invested in, because he's gone down with the team in the group stage panic and not really rising up much. So, yeah, with the likes of Messi, if you want to do an invest, wait till there's a League SBC, wait till there's something giving off packs that these players are dropping a fair amount. And again, do make sure to sell probably Wednesday evening. Do you know, I would sell Wednesday evening, because I wouldn't recommend holding SBC fodder into rewards. About 3 or 4 rewards in a row now, or ever since we've had this icon SBC. Fodder's always dropped in the first half an hour and then risen, but I'd sell on Wednesday evening, in all fairness. So if you want to buy Wednesday evening, when they drop a fair bit after League SBC, and then go and sell the evening, that wouldn't be a bad play. What would Messi do if he was really cheap? Obviously drop down a lot of top tier players, drop down a lot of icons, especially right wing top tier players. Presuming that the card will be a right-wing card. It'll again just drop, it'll drop every meta players, because what people do is sell their meta players and go and buy them. Yeah, you'd expect to see the biggest drops on like a Grincha, a George Best, because people would, vouch selling these cards because of that. Low-tier special cards, I don't imagine you see too much of a drop. Obviously, some people are going to sell their low-tier special cards to be able to get them, but enough about Messi. Hopefully that's given you a little insight into what I think about Messi. Now heading over to Desoy, because again I don't really trade with icons, but I thought I'd give a little look, because obviously you guys are, you got a few icons in your teams nowadays. So what happened? Again, we're right here. Oh no, we're not. We're right here with the rise after Black Friday, and what happened? The drop after Black Friday 1, and basically just kept dropping and dropping. Now, sadly, I couldn't look at cheap icons, because of course last year cheap icons were SBC fodder, which meant they're all like 600k, and that could have been like a Miroslav closer. But yeah, basically they dropped and dropped and dropped. There was a big old turn up on January. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, basically they dropped and dropped and dropped all through January. Want to check out a few other players just to make sure it was all good. George Best, again, we'll look around about here, and he did nothing but dropped and dropped and dropped. I mean, again, it was relatively steady. He did a massive drop this one I presume got a prime icon card, but yeah, he dropped and dropped and dropped, so if you have any interest in him. Devon Noah, I went and checked out Rio Ferdinand as well. And again, he dropped and dropped and dropped. Rose a little bit, dropped and dropped and dropped. The part he did rise for was after Christmas, kind of 10 days after when Informed Werner rose last year, but hopefully that has given you a good idea. As much as you guys won't like it, basically your players are going to keep dropping unless their Team of the Group stage cards will get good link investments up to Team of the Weeks or good link investments up to some of the Futmas cards. Yeah, your cards are only going to drop. But hopefully this has been a good insight. Of course, I will be streaming for about 9-10 hours a day, so any questions you guys want to go and ask me live, feel free to drop them down below. Obviously, buying your team, the longer you wait, the cheaper it gets. It's really like that. If you do want to get the most for your team, sell them on a Saturday. Don't sell them on a Sunday, Monday. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the insight. And I'll see you guys in another video tomorrow.